You're still lingering like the old cologne that you wore. I still see your face in the empty frame by the door.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys so much for joining me. My name is Renata, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you a review of the beautiful Natalie skirt by Forget Me Nots pattern. If you are interested and would like to take a look at this pattern and get my thoughts on it, please meet me in the next section where we can dive deeper and chat more on this skirt. How should I begin this? I was recently contacted by Joe of a Forget Me Not pattern via IG, and we started to talk, and she was pretty interested in working with me on this particular skirt. So I looked at the pattern and I loved the design, and I told her sure, no problem. I am not a pattern tester for this skirt. I was given a completed a pattern to review for you guys, to share with you my thoughts on this, and I'm really happy to share this with you. I hope that you enjoy the 360 when we get to that portion of the video. But the Natalie Gord skirt, it is an intermediate design pattern. This comes in two versions. There is a sort of A-line version to this skirt with a regular waistband, and then there is a Gord version for this skirt with an extended attachment to the upper half of the waistband. The raised portion of the waistband has diagonal seams on it. As you can see back there, I don't know how good you can view that, but they have a really nice diagonal seams on it, which looks really beautiful once you have this skirt on. It's such a simple but beautiful detail. The Natalie skirt is also designed for woven fabrics. Okay, so the Natalie skirt has an option for a waist tie as well as belt loops. I opted not to do either of those, but those are also amazing features to add to your skirt to just add a little bit of depth and personality, because you can contrast the fabric for the self tie, which would make it look really pretty. Because for this particular pattern, the self tie, the waist tie is pretty long, so you can wrap it multiple times around your waist and get a very nice design detail on your skirt when you're wearing it. So that is a great option if you wanted to just oomph it up a little bit and put your own personality onto your skirt. So let me just share a little bit about me losing my voice. Okay, so let's dive into the materials you will need for the lovely Natalie skirt. If you are planning to work with this for version A, which is the A-line, definitely, you know, veer more towards the firmer fabrics. And if you are going towards the Gord version, you should probably lean more to the flowier fabrics. But for all of these pattern in here, you're going to probably want to consider chambray, cotton voile, linen, denim, stable viscose, or rayon. And I would highly recommend, if you want to use something that has a slight stretch to it, cotton sateen, because I've worked a lot with cotton sateen fabric because I love that, and I really appreciate the stretch that comes with that particular fabric. And it always looks great. It retains the shape and retains the structure of the pattern that you would use it for. So cotton sateen is always big on my list to use for projects that I want to keep the shape but also have a little structure and a little give in it. The notions for this one here, you're going to need 7 buttons, and they are 5/8 And then for the longer version of this skirt, you're going to need 8 buttons, and I did the longer version because I thought it would look really beautiful with my shoe option that I had envisioned for the entire look of this piece. You also need interfacing for the waistband of this skirt and the raised attachment to the waistband as well. Now the sizing range here runs from 28 to 40 and then 42 to 52. If you would like that broken down, I will pop it up on the screen so you guys can see, you know, the full range of the sizes, but it is a definitely large range pattern. So I think that's good for everyone because it covers all of us across the board of size ranges. Okay, so let us talk about the sizing of this pattern. Like I mentioned earlier, it runs from a size 28. So their pattern has a size 28 to 52, but the sizing is dependent on your measurements, and this is the imperial measurements that I'm going to share with you. But if you purchase the pattern, there are metric option as well, so you can see based on where you live and the measurements that you typically use. So I decided to go with size, where is it? I decided to go with a size 36. My waist measurement fell for the body measurement pattern at a size 38, but then when I looked at the finish measurement, I was like, do I go with a 34 or do I go with a 36? Because the waist measurement for the 34 is 28 and a quarter, but the waist measurement of the size 36 is 30 and a quarter, and my waist measurement is 31, so I just decided to go with the larger size of the finish garment option, and that's how I picked my size. I think it looks good, it fits right. I could possibly go down to a size 34, but just because it says that finish garment size, that waist is 28, I'm not so sure, but it worked really well for me, and I had no issues with it. And then again, like all independent pattern company, they definitely share information with you on how to print their patterns. What I do like about this is they're just telling you also what pattern pieces to print for the sizes, for the view that you choose. So it lists out, you know, if you're making the flared version, just print these. And if you're making the A-line version, just print these. So that really helps with saving on printing unnecessary sheets of paper. And as we continue with this beautiful pattern chat here, and so basically guys, that is pretty much the overview of the Natalie pattern. They also have really nice detailed cutting information for the pattern, and then some sewing information regarding the seam allowances and your stitching and how to finish certain seams. So their seam allowance on this pattern is 3/8, which is small, because typically every pattern that I use normally have a 5/8, but I do like the 3/8 seam allowance. It just lessens the bulk you'd have to deal with, and I thought that would be really nice if most pattern companies just like down the size, down the seam allowances, because that just makes it so much easier for you. And let me just roll right into the sewing process and how, you know, how I feel about it. It worked out really well. The instructions were very helpful. I decided to print everything out. Normally I would just like use my phone and have the instructions there, but I really wanted to pay attention to every single detail of the instructions, and it was very, very good. Let me just grab one sheet to show you guys how detailed it is and how helpful it is. So this is the fusing section as well as the button front wrap section. So if everything lines up really nice there, you see it's very, very detailed. And that's my dog barking, but I'm not going to edit this video. So as I was saying, I really like how it's very detailed, it's very helpful, and it's very easy to decipher the front face of the fabric, the wrong side of the fabric, and the interfacing, just because of how they labeled it. It was really easy for me to follow. I hope that this section was really helpful to you. Now, as you can see back there, that is the skirt that you will see in the 360, as well as the top that I'm wearing. That is another me made, and I used the Billy to create that top back there. But the skirt is really nice. I'm going to just like roll into the 360 so you guys can see how it looks, because it came together really nicely and I had no issues with it, and the fit was perfect. So let's take a look at this beautiful outfit next.
This is for my day ones. Don't forget the ones I made ya. Deep side sweating out flavor. This is for my day ones. Day one. Showed up. Day one before the glow up. Don't need to ask for them to show love. Don't need to ask for them to show love. Show love. Izquierda pa' derecha, dale bien pa' acá. Yo quiero que tú bailes, dale sin parar. Todo mundo hey, quiero vacilar. Shake it, bake it, take it, and I'll throw it right back. Ooh, take it back to when nobody used to know me. Let's tell them I was just chilling with my homies. Now that we're popping, everybody is talking. This is for my day ones. Don't forget the ones that made ya. Deep side sweating out flavor. This is for my day ones. Day one. This is for my day ones. Don't forget the ones that made ya. Deep side sweating out flavor. This is for my day ones. Day one. Showed up. Day one before the glow up. Don't need to ask for them to show love. Don't need to ask for them to show love. Show love. Ooh, take it back to when nobody used to know me. Let's tell them I
Okay friends, there you have it. What do you think about the skirt? We're going to talk about the blouse. I think I'm going to do it in another video, just because I really wanted to keep this video for this review here. Okay guys, so there you have it. What do you think about the beautiful skirt back there? Doesn't it look good? What do you think about the pockets, the fabric? I love the fabric. I forgot to mention that, but that is from Style Makers and it's a really beautiful chatty fabric. The quality is amazing and I would highly recommend it. As always, everything that you need will be left down in the description. Links to everything will be there. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you, Joe, for reaching out to me and asking me to share my thoughts and views on this beautiful pattern, which I do love, and I cannot wait to see what it looks like in white with beautiful, probably tortoise shell or something darker as buttons to contrast and make it look fabulous. Thank you again so much for watching this video. Have a wonderful day, and if you have not subscribed already, I would love for you to click that subscribe button, and don't forget to head over to Instagram to see what I'm doing on the daily. Thank you again. Have a wonderful day. Bye. Push you away and we're done just like that.
Something about you is pulling me back.